Welcome into another edition of The Session with Londa and David. My name is David Austin.
I'm Londa Sherwood Austin. Welcome back.
You look really good today, hun, because of the faux choker.
Okay.
I love that top because of that choker-looking thing. It's spectacular.
I don't know what to tell you.
You look like a professional business lady, and I had on my sport coat, but I'm way too hot
warm
here in the studio.
Yeah, the sun's streaming in and making our office really hot today.
Fiery hot. Mm-hmm. The Session with Londa and David is a business podcast that focuses on the three things Londa's super interested in. They are real estate, restaurants, and retail.
I think everybody's interested in those three things. It's not just Londa's interest.
Well, you're absolutely right.
Everybody wants to talk about their favorite restaurant or the worst experience they ever had. Everybody wants to talk about that house in the neighborhood that's for sale. Everybody wants to tell you about their favorite shopping spot, or I found this. So I think it's universal interest.
Absolutely. And as sales professionals for a combined 50 years...
longer, I think.
Yeah.
We're old dogs in the neighborhood.
We also talk a lot about sales, the sales systems, the process of sales.
I just saw a video recently from Gary Vaynerchuk of VaynerMedia, and he was doing a little series on soft skills.
Okay.
And we have a series on soft skills that you can go back and find. If you can't find it easy enough on YouTube, you can go to my TikTok and scroll down, and I've got a little 5-part series there on soft skills. They're 1 minute long each, so you get it in 5 minutes.
That's awesome.
That's like a condensed version. That was a little life hack for everybody.
I like that. Every time you say TikTok, I laugh to myself because I think, TikTok, you don't stop.
Okay.
Every single time.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. I made a TikTok today about how grumpy I am.
Okay, tell me more about that because I didn't see it.
Tell me more about
about your TikTok and how grumpy you are.
I am really grumpy today.
Okay.
As you know.
Tell me what's going on.
I can't.
You totally can.
I can't. I got some news late last week that I'm still processing.
Is this the car thing we're actively pursuing?
No, the quasi lawsuit we're involved in. No, It's not that.
I thought that's what you were thinking about today.
I got news late last week that is not public information.
Okay.
That is shitty news, and I'm still processing it, and so I am grumpy. And this doesn't happen very often. That I can't get my head pulled back around, but today's the day. And so I made a TikTok about it, and I was like, look this and look everything.
Okay.
Not really, but.
Well, I'm sorry you're feeling.
I'm having a bad day, so I don't know what to tell you.
I internalize everything, so I feel like it's my fault. I happen to know what the news is. That you're talking about, and it's so not my fault.
And it's gonna be great. It's fine. It's really fine. It's not like I got another cancer diagnosis. You know what I mean? It's not like that.
It's external. It's not directly involved with us.
And it's gonna be fine. Let's get right off it.
Well, here's something that's really important, and I'm very glad we're talking about this now because people talk to me all the time about how we must have a perfect life and everything's always awesome because we do a podcast and we're good salespeople and blah, 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 blah. The simple truth is everybody has weird stuff that happens in their lives.
Everybody has stuff that's going on in their life. Right. And here's the thing. I just said to David right before we started rolling, he's like, let's not do this today. And I said, nope, I know how to put one foot in front of the other and get it done when I have to.
Right.
And it's just true. I got that news on Friday. All I wanted to do was crawl into bed and go to sleep. And I've wanted to stay in bed asleep since. Right. But lucky for me, I purposefully make appointments at certain times.
Sure.
Of the days so that I can't do that.
Right.
And I had a very important appointment that afternoon that I had to show up to.
Sure.
If it had just been for me, I probably would have rescheduled it, but it wasn't just for me. It was for one of the realtors that I mentor.
Right.
And I can't let them down. I could let myself down, but I can't let them down. And so I had to show up anyway. And then we went to a big event Friday night and had to show up. And it's supposed to be a fun event, but it's like 3.5 hours of nonstop work. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you're on.
We went to the Realtor Gala.
The
for the
Tri-City Association of Realtors.
Yes.
Annual Gala.
And I had a chip on my shoulder because they called it a Mardi Gras ball. It was not a Mardi Gras ball. You are such a
snob about that, but go ahead.
Well, so I had a chip on my shoulder about that ahead of time.
You did. You were very pissy about it.
Yeah. And then it turned into a casino night, and
it was weird.
It was a weird
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But it was a nice time.
It was a lovely event. They
so
did a
much
fine
fun.
Job. The people who won awards, it was the annual awards banquet, essentially.
Right.
And the people who won awards were all deserving, good people.
Rookie of the Year, Realtor of the Year, all that stuff. Citizen of the Year, blah-de-da-de-da. We got to see some of our kids there because our oldest son was nominated for Citizen of the Year.
That's right. Peter Harpster was nominated for Citizen of the Year.
So he and his beautiful wife, Chanel, were there. That made it a little more fun for me.
And they're not drinking right now, so I got their drink tickets. So I enjoyed that part of it.
It was a fun night. I felt bad. And listen, if you're listening, I apologize. If you're the lady who was going in for the cake at the same time I was going in for the same cake.
F that B.
On the dessert dash. We reached for it at the same time. I didn't let go and looked at you and said, are you going to... And you hesitated and backed off, rolled your eyes, huffed, and walked away. And it's not my fault you gave up.
It's a dessert dash. That's what happens. You run to the desserts when it's your turn to go.
And you snatch it.
And you poke your finger right through the middle, so it's yours.
That's such a good idea. I never thought of doing that. Well, you know what? You can feel good about this because as soon as I got it to the table, I turned it to show it to the... table a little bit and it started to fall off the plate, so I turned it back suddenly and it fell right into my dress and covered the front of my dress in frosting.
Right.
So I have to have that dress dry cleaned. Again, I just had it dry cleaned 2 months ago, and you might think, oh, no big deal, $20. No. It costs $100 to get this beast dry cleaned because she's got a train. She's very grand.
Right.
I was wondering.
She's a dress for a Mardi Gras ball.
Right. Yeah. And I did see the side eye glances. Who does she think she is? She thinks she's me at that event because it is a really, what's the word? Extravagant dress.
It's a ball gown. And we were supposedly going to a Mardi Gras ball.
Right.
And it was not that. But,
listen, I only have it because we did go to a Mardi Gras ball.
Right.
And so that's why I have the dress. But anyway, yes, it's elaborate and fancy and deal with it.
And a Mardi Gras ball typically is a formal event. I did not rent a tuxedo because I knew it would not be a legit Mardi Gras ball.
But I had the dress. I'm going to wear that
But I wore black and white like you're supposed to, and I looked appropriate.
Very
but
nice.
You had your ball gown literally on, and you look so hot in that. I gotta tell you, I love the pictures. They're on the internet. They're somewhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a good event. I saw a bunch of people I hadn't seen in forever. I saw a bunch of people I see regularly, and it was a good time. So it was 3.5 hours of networking work, though.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Oh, and my God, the dinner was terrible.
And this is not the restaurant review that nobody asked for.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
But I got news for you. Ice cold, room temperature steak and grits and shrimp.
Bro.
I know what they were going for.
I know you were trying. I know they were trying.
Shrimp and grits. I get it.
It was a miss.
It
was a swing and a miss.
Yeah. If food temps are important to you, you can't eat that food.
The steak was gray. It was so well done. I did not eat.
It was a little sad like you today.
Yeah. I did not eat one single bite of that food. I did eat the salad.
Okay. I ate my 3 scrimps that were on a bamboo skewer.
I apologize. I did eat the scrimps.
I had
the shrimp. We call them scrimps in our household. I don't know how
I
you do it
did
at your
have
house.
4 or 5 bites of the room temperature, slightly refrigerated, well done steak that was placed in front of me.
Yeah,
slightly refrigerated.
$40 a plate, and we went home and I cooked
good
steaks.
Good steak, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Before we get too deep into this thing, it's time for the restaurant review that no one asked for.
Okay, let's do it.
And I've been hearing a lot of talk amongst our children about this place, Brothers Cheesesteaks. And let me say up front, I am not a cheesesteak fan. I am not. I don't care for it. The peppers and onions, not my jam. So I was very pleased when we got there to see on the menu the French dip. And as you may recall, if you listen to this show every week, Londa had the worst French dip she's ever had 2 weeks ago.
Right.
At a place that we're not going to bring up their name because it's not nice to talk about the sports page when they're not looking. So we're not going to do it.
Right.
But whatever the case, I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll get the French dip.
Right.
Good news, spectacular flavor and delivery of the French dip.
Yep.
Spectacular. And I got to tell you, if this place were a food truck or only a drive-through establishment,
right,
it would have been a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
if I went up to a window and said, hey, I'm thrilled to see you guys here at the fair.
The fries were limp.
They were limp, but they weren't cold.
Okay, they were limp.
Yeah. They weren't crispy.
The fries were limp. I'm sorry.
Crispy.
If you're going to do fries, they got to be crispy, bro.
Okay. So if it were a food truck and I said, sir, I would like your French dip. And if I had to sit on a park bench and balance it while I dipped in the au jus, the au jus was exquisite.
It was great.
The bread.
All right, let's talk about this bread.
Yes.
They get the bread made by some baker.
A local bakery every day.
Local bakery.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was different
and we're not
than
bread people.
I'm not a bread person at all.
But it was light. But it was substantial. I don't get it. I don't even get how they do it.
It was kind of like a croissant.
Nope.
But the length of a little baguette. Here's what I mean. It was flaky and layered.
It wasn't flaky.
Mine seemed that way to me. But I'm not a bread person, so I don't know the right language.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story is...
It had lots of air pockets.
Right.
But it was not flaky.
The moral of the story is, if this were a food truck... It would have been the best food truck meal I'd had in a long time. And I can live with fries not being great.
And I ordered the not spicy. So it's like a barbecue one.
Okay.
Because it's not spicy, because spicy in my little tummy, right?
Okay.
So, and I got crazy and ordered jalapeno poppers.
Which I like on the surface. They sound great.
I typically like them as well. Let me get into the sandwich. Okay. Wish I'd ordered the French dip, because we got kind of the same thing, but mine had barbecue sauce in it.
Right.
I think it would have been better without the barbecue sauce.
Which I wouldn't have gotten yours because of that.
That's just a personal preference, but really good sandwich. And I would say, especially if you've been outside all day, you've been on the water all day, you've been hiking all day, something like that. This is the kind of meal you want to have after that. It was like, you know?
Yeah.
And I got a beer to go with it because it felt like it. The jalapeno poppers for me were a miss. They just go across the street to Costco, get your own box, take them home and cook them.
In the air fryer.
Same diff.
Yeah.
So, having said all that,
their sandwiches are spectacular.
Yeah, Brothers Cheesesteaks.
They know what to do.
Yeah.
Now, curveball, front of the house in a restaurant setting is important. So let's talk about the service. We get there. We have to order at the bar. A lady sees us when we come in. She turns around, looks at us, says hi, and then turns back to us and looks back in the kitchen where there were 4 people working in the kitchen.
Working?
Well, they were in there. They were in the kitchen doing something in the kitchen.
You know where this is going.
Right? Then we stood there looking at the menu. I'm going to say another 6 minutes.
Sure, easy.
Talking. And finally, I had to say loudly, yeah, I think I could order now. So she turns around. Are you guys ready to order? Yep.
Well, and it was weird, right? Because we were asking questions of each other.
Right.
Like, what do you think that one is like? What do you think that's like?
And
like,
listen, interaction from the other side.
If you have an employee or, whatever, in a restaurant, if you're in a restaurant, you work at a restaurant and you hear somebody asking questions, ask if you can help answer their questions.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Right. So
that's a little help for them.
Not a lot of a
little bit more engagement at the front.
Hands on. Right. There you go. So we order, and I'm very happy to order the French dip. Everything's fine. Then she turns around the little POS system, and it's asking me if I want to give a 20% tip. And the answer is fuck no.
Oh, David Austin coming in hot. Well, that's not normal for you.
I know, but
in this setting, it is normal for him, but not in this setting.
Maybe I'll back out.
No, I like it.
Get rid of it. So anyway,
I like it. You got to keep it right in there.
But I'm not a monster. So
I'm sick of being asked to tip on shitty service.
Well,
we're all sick of it.
Here's the thing: there was no service. It wasn't shitty service. She smiled, but we were helping ourselves. And if there was a kiosk there, I would have felt the same level of service if I just typed it into the kiosk.
Sure.
Because she didn't offer any support at all.
Right.
None. Zero.
Right.
She smiled.
Right.
That's it.
And some guy from the kitchen brought our food out to the table.
So because I'm not a monster, I put custom tip $1. And I don't want
very unusual for you because you're a very generous tipper. You often just feel
if there
obligated.
was service and she asked me questions and helped me make my choice, which is what I hope to get when I go to a restaurant.
I think I'm rubbing off on you.
If she spoke to me, then maybe I would have felt better about tipping, but I was given no advice, didn't know what to expect. I think they have a pizza product in there. I don't know for sure because she never talked to us about it.
I wanted to ask him about it, but there was nobody really there to answer questions.
Yeah. So no thank you. I got my order placed. Then I went across the restaurant to find a place to sit. I've only been in this town to one dirtier restaurant, and that's the Popeyes on 395, and they just don't care.
Yeah.
But this place, it was an hour and a half after the lunch rush would have ended. It was in the 3 o'clock hour.
Yeah, on Sunday afternoon.
Every table had food, crumbs, and grease on it. Every single one. But 4 people had time to stand in the kitchen and laugh out loud enough to be startling a couple of times, but no time to clean. But here's the good news. We could see the mops and all the dirty cleaning supplies there in the hallway for everyone to see. From our table. So
you could see them from every table. That's just where they store them, right outside the bathroom. Yeah.
So here's the deal. You can have the best food truck in the world, and you can put out a product that is exemplary.
Yeah.
The sides were bad. They weren't exemplary. The sandwiches were spectacular. So somebody back there makes those sandwiches with love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're getting a sandwich to go, thumbs up.
Yeah. But dude, I got a question
10 out of 10 for a to-go sandwich.
I got to tell you, the reason we went is because you mentioned our kids. One of our kids was telling us there's some kind of like drama around Brothers Cheesesteaks on Reddit, the Reddit Tri-Cities page. And we felt like, you know what? I think the owner was just trying to do some market research and find out what people think about the place. Yeah. And it kind of backfired. And so we thought, listen, I appreciate the hustle of an owner. We'll go check it out.
Absolutely.
So we were coming in wanting to be supportive.
Yep.
Food is great. The food's great. I'd get the food again and take it to go because the bread,
that's exactly right.
I love to eat out at places where I can't recreate the dish, which is rare.
And the meat consistency is perfect.
This, and I know I can't. And so I would take it to go. But I wouldn't sit in that restaurant for all the money in the world because it's dirty, dirty. And here's the bad thing. I have to think, because growing up in restaurants, helping restaurant, I have to ask.
If the
it's
front
that
of the
dirty
house
in the
is
front
that
of the
bad.
house, what's the back of the house look like?
Yeah. So, restaurant review that no one asked for. 10 out of 10 for
the flavor.
The sandwich. The sandwich.
The sandwich only.
10 out of 10.
Yep.
4 out of 10 for the fries because they were not crispy.
Yeah.
And I would say 2 out of 10 for the jalapeno poppers because anybody can go to Food Service USA and buy a bag of that and do it at home.
Costco, yeah.
Yep. And finally, negative 42 for cleanliness. So
It was pretty shocking.
All said, even though it was the best sandwich I've had out to eat in, I'd say,
a long time.
8 months. It's not as good as Old Time Grocery in Lafayette, Louisiana. And Old Time Grocery, similarly to you, is not very clean.
It's a filth
But
hole.
Old Time Grocery looks like a surgical suite compared to this place.
No, I think
because at least the tables are wiped down.
Yeah, I was surprised the tables were dirty, but also all the seats were dirty, but also the everything. It was, yeah. So there you go. That's
if
our
I'm
take.
at the fair and I see a food truck called Brothers Cheesesteaks, I'm going to order their French dip, period. That's how good that was. Yeah. I will never sit down in that restaurant again for any reason, even if the owner called me and said, David, please come back. It's on us. No, thank you. I'll drive through, but I'll never go in there and sit down again. It was repulsive to me.
Wow.
And I hate to say that because one of the owners who is a cartoon character on their logo was there and was friendly at the end and was, hey, hope you had a good time. Blah, blah. And I did. I enjoyed the sandwich.
Yeah.
But I almost bolted when I saw the cleanliness.
Yeah.
Almost.
I said, I saw the look on your face and said, hey, let's just have a, dirty dive bar experience.
Right.
And that's how I kept
And at
you
least
in
at
the
a
place.
dirty dive bar, I'm drinking hard liquor and I'm making bad decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. That's the restaurant review. I don't think we have any other ones, do we?
We do, but I don't want to talk more about it because I want to talk about you brought up to me the changing real estate market here in Tri-Cities, Washington. And I want to talk about that.
Oh, I had an interesting conversation with a realtor earlier today, who said, another realtor that I coach, and she said, I said, hey, I want to challenge you to start holding open houses at higher price points, because I knew that would be a little sticky for her.
Sure.
And that led into a conversation about she's hoping to get, her one goal that she has is $1 million listing. And I said, well, it's easier now than ever.
Right.
Because I remember when we had the first $1 million listing in Tri-Cities and like everybody went crazy and blah, blah, blah. And so I did a little search. I wonder how many active listings are on the market in the Tri-Cities area. This is just Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, West Richland, 1 million. Do you want me to leave it this size or make it bigger?
That's perfect.
1 million buckaroos or more. And I was surprised to find 27.
Make it bigger for fun.
That's what she said.
No, that's what he said to her.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 27, which was actually pretty surprising that we've got that many. This doesn't count. I took out new construction, like model homes and to be built.
Okay.
Took those out.
Okay.
And so these are, you think probably primarily resale.
Okay.
So should we take a look at one?
Sure.
This is one from an area called Inspiration Estates, Kennewick, Washington.
It seems very inspirational.
4 bedroom, 3 bath. This bad boy is 1.1 million. How many square feet? Can you see that? 9,600 about?
I don't know what you're asking me. 2556.
2595 square feet.
Oh, 2595. There you go.
Let's look at some pictures. Here we go. This is what 1.1 million will get you in Kennewick, Washington.
Okay.
Boring.
I don't love the pictures. And I think I would probably have left the TV there because that hole looks not very awesome. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, cute lights.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is so boring. I want to get out of it. Let's look at another one.
Okay, that first one you didn't love. What's up next?
Boring. Okay, that one was in Kennewick, so let's go to a different city.
Okay.
Let's go to Richland. This is in our
Washington.
hood. This is actually right next door to us.
Oh, is this the $1.2 million condo?
Yep.
Okay.
1.2 million. Here we go. It is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath condo with a 2-car garage, and it's almost 4,000 square feet.
3388.
Hey, listen, I should say that last one was listing courtesy of Ruth Dingfield. This is listing courtesy of Mark Trout, and here we go.
Let's look
at the pictures.
We have not looked at this ahead of time. It's right here, by the way.
Sorry, 1.2
okay.
million. It's one of those.
Yeah.
You can point it out again. There it is again.
It's right here. It's in the middle, right there. Nope, it's right here.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Here we go. There's a
that is delightful
mirror. Look, we have a mirror and shapes. Oh.
It looks very similar to our kitchen, except much nicer stove.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 1.2, huh?
Yeah, 1.2 million. That's a nice stove.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Is that
a study, a bar? What do we?
I think that's a bar.
Oh, this is a wine bar over here.
Yeah.
Wine fridge thing
and
situation.
And look, he's got a little cigar thing there, so you can smoke a cigar in there. And I think in these condos, you must be allowed to smoke inside because he's got an ashtray.
Well, I don't know.
In our condos, you're not allowed to smoke indoors.
Oh, there you go. There's another angle of that. Yeah, okay, we get it.
Yeah, it's a bar.
Redundant.
Lovely.
Now, this looks like a totally different style.
It is a totally different style.
So we've got a mixed style here. I'm not crazy about that, but, whatever. 1.2 million. I want it all to flow.
Jibe.
Oh, yeah, that's not. It's not for me.
I got you.
It's for somebody, and whoever you are, I'd be happy to sell it to you. But,
sure.
But that long, narrow, that's just not for me.
That's how those condos all look, though. You know what I mean?
Come on, let me find something special here. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something special, something that's inspiring.
Here's the master bedroom.
The primary bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Back to the deck. The deck is nice.
Okay.
Primary bathroom, same dark wood.
I do like it has a bathtub because you know how I am about that. And a lot of the newer built homes, they're just doing away with bathtubs altogether.
Was there just a window unit in that last picture? What is that?
I don't think that's a window unit. I don't know what that is. Some nice tile. Huh. Okay. Okay. It's like a butler's pantry. What do we I don't have to take stairs, do I?
No, you could take this elevator.
Okay, for 1.2 million, I don't want to take the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Although I will say, okay, my favorite photo of the whole thing is this one right here because I love that.
Right, and there's our condo right there.
Yeah,
we
live right there.
On the end.
Maybe we shouldn't tell people that, but we live.
People can see where we live.
Right.
That's no big deal.
All right, let's go to the big boy. Let's go to the big boy here at the end of this.
So condo life is awesome, and it's really cool to be right down there by the river. But the $1.2 million condo, not much nicer than the $500,000 condos.
Right. Yeah, I would have to say that. In my opinion, these are just our opinions, so don't come after us. $1.975 million, 5-bedroom, 4-bath. 4,850 square feet, and this listing is courtesy of Josh Blankenship. This is in where is this? Richland, Washington.
Okay.
Oh, I like the Twilight photo, Josh. You sprung for the big package. Good for you. That's extra money when you pay for the photos. Oh, like that drone shot.
Is this the same house right here with the down?
Probably. I don't know.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like that. It is.
Panoramic views.
Beautiful. The retaining wall so they can have a huge outdoor area with an underground garage. Really cool.
Ooh, okay. All right.
A subterranean garage. Cool. Now, see, that's a luxurious looking home.
Well, it should be. It's almost $2 million. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice. That outside bar space is nice.
Babe, we got to make more money. I'm just saying, we need to make more money.
I miss our tiki bar and
this is the kind of living I want to do. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Except it's not close to the river, and I do like being close to the river. Sport court.
Yeah, it's different. This is a different thing entirely.
Luxurious, for sure.
Yeah.
Big.
$700,000 get you a lot more house.
That is really interesting, right? Very, very modern looking. I don't know that I love the colored track.
Oh, I don't care for that at all.
Okay.
The brass accents are not my favorite.
Okay. Understair storage used really well.
Yep. I like that.
Workout space bar. I don't know what it is.
I like that look. That's cool.
I like the use of dark colors. Okay. I like the stuffed animal jail. It's good stuff. Guest room. Pretty tiles. Was
there just a spinning wheel for pottery? Yeah. I think that's what that is.
Their arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Is that a kiln?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You learn a lot about people when you look at their listing photos.
And that's that subterranean garage.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at the sunsets we have here in Eastern Washington.
That house is really, really nice.
Love that.
It's very garage centric, and that's okay. That's a design style that people like.
Yeah. That's kind of, there you go.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal.
That was fun.
This market has two price points that are moving very well.
Yeah.
First-time home buyer price points and luxury buyer price points.
And give, for those who don't live here or aren't familiar, give them an idea of what the first-time home buyer price point might be, because, there's people in other parts of the country, they have different first-time home buyer price points.
Sure. I would say anywhere from $250 to $400.
Yep.
And there are two houses on the market that are $250 and livable. Mm-hmm. And,
exactly, two stick-built
literally.
homes.
So you're going to find, some $350,000 houses that are not in awesome shape, but are move-in ready, but you're going to have to do work in there. You know what I mean? Those houses are moving.
I saw one today that's, I think, $330,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Really good condition interior. They've done a lot of updates. It was really good.
And you can get a small 1,000-square-foot house.
It's like 1,000
that's
and
been
change.
Fully renovated for about $310 to $330. Cute little
$340. It depends on where it's located.
Cute little place in Richland, fully renovated. You can get the low threes. Fully renovated, 1 bathroom, 2 or 3 bedrooms.
It depends on where in Richland you go. You've got to remember, like, off there,
right?
One price point.
Old Richland,
Gold Coast, different price point.
Again, different, right?
So, yeah.
But
so there you go. There's a snapshot of our neck of the woods.
Yeah,
we like sharing our home with you.
Yeah, so the lower price point stuff is moving, and the luxury stuff is moving.
Yeah.
The first time move up buyer stuff is moving very slowly.
It's starting to heat up, though.
It is.
This
and
weekend there were a lot of under contracts.
Right. Here's why it's starting to heat up. Rates are starting to come down a little, not a lot, but a little. And people are getting excited again about real estate because they're hearing stories on national news about how the market's about to loosen up and how if you're not in now, you might miss the wave, because when rates do drop dramatically, which people are still predicting will happen, then there'll be bidding wars again, and then prices go up. So what's worth more to you? Do you want to get in now while you can and have a slightly higher interest rate? Possibly. There's no guarantee that interest rates, by the way, are going to go down. There's no guarantee.
So if your realtor is saying to you, or your lender is saying, oh, well, just do it now, and then you can refinance later because interest rates will come down. We don't know that.
That's exactly right. So that's a little bit of an irresponsible, misleading marketing piece.
Yeah.
What you need to say to people is, listen, we're the experts and we watch the markets on a daily basis. And when the markets move, we'll be the first to reach out. That's all you can say. You can't say we have the best rates. That's illegal. You can't say we do the best job.
Right.
Not true and not quantifiable. All you can say is, you know what, if this is the house for you and the payment is acceptable to you, then you may want to jump now, because If it heats up in the marketplace, then the price is going to go higher. And can you afford to wait? If the answer is yes, I can afford to wait, then wait. If the answer is no, I can't afford to wait, then let's do something now. And if perchance the markets do improve and all the forecasts say they will and that rates will go down, that's what the forecasters are saying, then that's great. But you can't promise when the market gets better, we'll just refinance you, because we don't know that that's a real thing.
Yeah. And if you're curious about prices or information in our market, SherwoodAustinHomes.com. You can just go. You don't have to register. You're welcome. I'm very adamant that our website will remain open to anyone to search anytime. SherwoodAustinHomes.com is just an open site. You don't have to put in your information. You don't have to register yourself, because I think that's ridiculous.
Sure.
And so you can go and kind of poke around and take a look at our market.
And if you want us to talk to you about buying or selling a house or valuating your property, we can totally do that for you.
Yeah. You can also do that on the site. It's pretty cool. Anyway, this has been good. This has been helpful and fun-ish.
Okay, to recap, Londa's feeling sad today, but I think you've done a really good job with this episode. Number 2, the restaurant review that nobody asked for is, can't Brothers Cheesesteaks just be a food truck? Because it would be awesome if it were just a food truck.
Or just clean the front of the plate, clean the restaurant out. And maybe there's some kind of weird extenuating circumstance that happened on this Sunday afternoon, March 3rd, that we didn't know about, and there was a reason why the whole seating area was dirty.
Let me tell you something.
3 in the afternoon. I don't know.
If at 3 in the afternoon you've only got one person in the kitchen and 3 people cleaning the dining room, I'm not going to be mad that I walk into the scent of Fabuloso.
Yeah.
I am going to be mad, though, if it's filthy.
Yeah.
And that is terrible, because I really wanted to have an excellent experience.
Yep. But there you go. It is what it is. We can't make it any different than what it was.
That's exactly right.
That's real.
And I'm sorry for dropping an F-bomb earlier in the show.
No,
that
you're
is
not.
Unlike me.
I liked it. It got me right out of my bad mood for a minute.
I don't love people asking me if I want a tip. I like to offer a tip. I don't mind getting a bill from a wait staff person at the end that has a tip line.
Right.
I don't mind that. I do mind ordering at a fast food counter.
Right, the little kiosk flip around thing.
No, thank you.
Okay.
That makes
You're not
me
alone.
furious.
You're not alone.
There you go. There you have it. There it is. For Londa Joanne Sherwood Austin, the prettiest girl in the world, my name is David Austin, and we'll be back here again next week at The Session with Londa and David. Have a great day. Bye-bye.